happening, everybody? It's your boy Blue the Key. Check this out, All Star Studios, man. We have a guest tonight, bro. You just not gonna believe this. The hottest lyricist in the metaverse. I can't say that, can I, Pen?
Look, it's always a pleasure. I respect it as long as somebody else is saying it. You know what? Look, that means I'm doing the right thing and I'm putting the work in. So I'll take it, most definitely.
All right. Man, it is a pleasure, man. Let me tell you, when I first came to the metaverse, I ran into writersPen. And right from that point on, man, I knew that it was going to be a good relationship, man. Me and this guy has been work clubs before together. And I'm telling you, the talent that this man has is unbelievable. Hey, I'm gonna tell me a little bit about yourself, writer.
Oh man, where do we start? writersPen, ghostwriter by nature. Been doing it over a decade. Pretty much poet, writer. Whether it's poetry, rap. That's my life, yo. I live and die by my words. It's one of the greatest things ever. I'm actually living my dream. So history, originally from Harlem, traveled all around, but so it's everywhere is family. But
cool.
World, most definitely.
So you said like over a decade, man. So you probably went through a couple of music genres over that period of time. So let me give me one of your favorite artists that I say back in the 80s that you was down with.
Oh man, favorite artist from the 80s. Oh man, you can we can run that. Grew up Cool Herc.
There you go.
Melly Mel, Egg B and Rakim.
Yeah.
Cool G Rap.
Yeah.
Oh man, we can go on for days. Cool G Rap. Look, I can't drop the ball on this.
So actually that became the fiber.
Cool J. Now you gotta live in rock, baby. You done got the thought of yo. You always forget. But LL Cool J, Run DMC, the Beastie Boys. Man, we can't stop be here for hours.
Yes.
Sugar Hill Gang, Pebbly Pooh, Roxanne Shante.
Oh man,
Melody never said that. Oh man, it's like whole history, man.
So tell me something. With that type of background of music that was an input, did that become a part of the fiber of what you have become today?
Most definitely. It started from there, and just constantly listening to the music, and you realize like what you put into yourself because you constantly listen to the music. Then you get immersed in it, and naturally, my mother she was an English major, and then she became a clinical psychologist, and then went on to get a PhD. But the one thing about it is that she always was big on words. So like having a vocabulary, so things I was listening to, she would buy the cassettes for me when I was younger, and then I would be listening to them, and so I would be reciting stuff, and then she'd be like, "What does that word mean?" So constantly, and it's like you constantly learn back and forth. So she kind of honed that. She was with me when I wrote my first rap when I was in the 5th grade. So she sat there and did that for me. It was for the DARE program. But she's been a big influence in that, and the thing is just stretching it along the line. So she nurtured all of that from a side of letting me listen to the music and then understanding the background. But then all of a sudden, on the flip side of it, making me conscious of vocabulary and grammar and what similes, metaphors. So all of that transcended into being able to hone my craft.
Yeah, you know what? Let me tell you something, man. Some of the poetry that you do, I think that heals the mind, because there's some people that are going through people that have anxiety, and just to hear those words, man, it's the way that you phrase those words, the way that you make the lyrics. The poetry come from all the way back to the end. You'd be like, wait a minute, hold on, did I miss something? You make people think with your poetry, man, and I really appreciate you. I'm honored to be here with you, man. Tell me, what keeps you motivated?
What keeps me motivated is one thing that keeps you motivated is like they say you never work a day in your life if you're doing something that you love to do. So, one of the things that my passion is words. Like, it goes from, from the hip hop side and R&B music. So you're writing music wise, but on the other flip side of it is still what motivates me is being able to, be into poetry, like, being able to capture that
Right.
thought, no beat involved. So like, it's kind of like a balance with me. On one hand, for the hip hop side, I can get as outlandish as I want with it, discuss things and have a little fun with it. But
Yeah.
so you can talk about different aspects of life that might be a little rougher. But on the flip side of it, it's like my right hand side is the balance. So it's like, I might be able to talk wild on a hip hop's perspective, but
Right.
the poetry side is what keeps me grounded, because that's the thing. My rule with myself is that poetry is the only thing that I can't, it has to always be positive.
Right.
So anything I ever write, it's always going to be uplifting. It's always going to be to nurture. It's going to be to capture a feeling, to let people know that they're not alone from a poetic standpoint, because a lot of things, there's so much power in, if I can articulate something to let people know they're not alone, or this is how I dealt with it, or this is something a friend of mine dealt with. So you're able to capture that, and it's soothing to them to be able to say, okay, you know what, I'm not alone, or I never thought about this perspective like this, and somebody is going through it, or they know about it and can capture my feeling. So it's humbling to them, and it always catches them. So those words, you think about some of the greatest books, whether some people love the Bible, some people love, Eric Jerome Dickey, some people, it goes from Shakespeare, so all of these things, they were able to capture something.
Mom Dukes didn't get that PhD just for us, because that PhD was brought on to YouTube. Because let me tell you something, man, what you do with your words, bro, is poetic. It is honest, it's earnest, it's humble. And I don't even want to get away from the fact that you also have a studio.
Big facts, big facts.
Yeah. And I tell you, man,
studio,
that WP, man, I see people, I say, man, if y'all want to go somewhere where it's hot, go to WP. Not trying to knock anybody else's studio, but right now, it's hot as that jacket, bro. You know what I mean? Red like fire. You feel me? So tell me, man, what's your next project? You got anything in the works?
Oh man, we have a lot of things coming down the pipeline. I mean, the biggest thing. Quick break. But one of the biggest thing, one of the biggest things, that was the baby. Like, initially when I came into the metaverse, it was actually, my brother got tired of me actually being in the studio, and I would call him at 3 something in the morning, because usually those are the wee hours where I might be working with an artist, and for some reason they like to work late. So either way, I might call him and say, yo, listen to this verse. He's like, man, look, I still got to get up and run the company. So, look, stop calling me. But you got to do it. It's your brother. So you call him anyway. You got to do it. It's just that brother.
Yeah.
But even still with that, it goes into the whole point of, I'm doing that. So it was like, he actually put me on it, and I was like, word, okay, I have studio. So I was going to it just because he was like, yo, they'll clean your clock. I was like, oh, when? So now it's, wow. But going in there, and I was just in there like, yeah, I just went to every studio in there. And it was a great creative space where it was other people and it's just constantly rapping. You learn and you get inspired by other people. You can help other people. And then it pushed me to the point where being in the metaverse, my craft and my talent, it started to get noticed. And now it's like, okay, one thing when your cup runs over, you always give back. So that was the point of the studio. And so it took me 6 months, being that, I didn't know anything about Snap Tool and being an architect from a creative standpoint. So I had to learn that, but it was the whole point of dropping that, because the studio is for the people.
Right.
One thing with one motto that I have when you come into the studio is there's no locks or keys on the door. It's here for everybody. One thing we live by, the motto of the studio is creativity over everything. This is for rappers. This is for singers. This is for poets. If you want to just come and you're just a music enthusiast, all for creativity, and the whole studio is built off of positivity. That's what the Flames are about. Everybody's a star in there, and that's what the Flames mean when you step up to the mic and you're in the Flames. That right there is going Super Saiyan.
I want to ask you something, because I think that you're a person that can probably do this proficiently. What advice would you give to someone that's coming into the metaverse that wants to try to get in a position where they could elevate themselves?
first biggest piece of advice I would say, and I give it from my perspective, just because I went through it. I would say when you come in, first things first, have a good time. First things first, have a good time. You know, look, go out, be inspired. Look at the different worlds. You know, network with a lot of the people around here. And the reason why is just because, you know what, with the metaverse, it'll move you. It'll move you. Right. And one of the things that stands out is, you know, a lot of people want to do something just because. But one of the things you find is being able to move in purpose. So being able to actually go around and it's like, okay, I'm experiencing this. And then, you know, finding the people that have your like craft, or, you know, the things that you're into yourself. So that's one of the things where I would say go out having fun first. And it'll open, the metaverse will open things up to you, because the greatest thing is you can do something that you already like. You know, you don't have to go to a poetry slam or drive somewhere.
You go maybe spit a couple lines for us.
Yo, most definitely. I drop a little slang. Check pen. They say I'm top flight. It's like I'm people's choice. They say I'm stunting when I pull up in that Rolls Royce. I keep that Rosie popping. Yeah, it's something for nothing. Yo, main chick stay on my. That's something for nothing. You say to stay frontin', cause I keep pushing buttons. As keyless start, hit the throttle on the Aston. Look like a hologram whip like when I'm passing. Yo, 5 stacks in the pockets of my true religions. And it's a fact, I get money like it's my religion. From Honda Accords to Bentley Azores. And a bow, I keep chicken like to stay on all fours. From 4-play to 4-door, 40 cal to 4-4. She keep her 4 friends and stable foursomes on the 4th floor. Penthouse calling, chauffeur beginning calling, black card in my wallet. Money I can't recall it. Guess my FBF family call me a kick or harlot. Yo, they say I'm supercalifragilistic, expialidocious. Dyslexic, I be docious, alias fragilistic, Cali super duper. Boy, get a shell like a Cooper trooper. I'm just trying to say the boy's a shooter. Pop.
Oh. Yay. That's what I'm talking about, man. Look, you talk about talent in the metaverse, man. You got it going on, bro. I appreciate you coming by today, man. This is like I said, has been an honor. Writer's Pen, everybody. The metaverse's finest, man. Hey, check it out. Meta News, where you get your news from. Here we are at All Star Studios, man. We signing off, man. We'll see y'all next time, man. That was awesome.
Check out WP Studios, most definitely, where everybody can be creative. Creativity over everything. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all for the invite. Definitely WP Studios. Much more to come. Everybody's welcome.